right, go ahead.
So good morning, everyone. My name is Courtney,
And my name is Tiffany.
and today we're here to discuss whether a bridal beauty business will thrive in London, Ontario. So before we begin, we're going to go over our agenda. So we will talk about our category analysis, which covers the NCAIS codes, and we'll answer some questions like, will a bridal beauty shop be profitable in London? Then we'll go on to our consumer analysis, which answers what would our market be, our competitive analysis, which answers who we will be competing with, and our pest analysis, which outlines our hindrances of opening our business and our summary of limitations. And then we'll go into our conclusions.
As stated earlier, this research report was created by myself and Courtney. We wanted to uncover the market potential for a bridal beauty shop here in London, Ontario. As an MUA myself, I was very interested in seeing the potential for this business, and I really wanted to learn about the potential profitability. So based on the NIASIS codes from Statistics Canada, our category would fall under two codes. So the first being hair care and aesthetic services, and the second being personal services. These were the closest that we could find that represented our business model of a wedding and a beauty service.
So our category analysis, we asked the question, will a bridal beauty shop profit in London? So based on our findings from Statistics Canada, our business model may have the potential for large profits. So we found that Statistics Canada averaged that we would make about $150,000 a year in revenue with an 85% chance of profitability. We also found that the average makeup artist will expect to earn anywhere between $78,000 a year.
Okay. Now, when we analyzed the beauty market in Canada, we realized that we have a very small market share. Our business would actually account for 0.001% of the beauty market share in Canada, which is a very large market. Now, we do have a potential in this market, however, as the wedding industry in Canada is expected to reach around 15.8 billion, with around 160,000 ceremonies taking place annually.
So our forecasted profit, we went ahead and broke down our business into what it would cost for us for products, supplies, and getting the business started, as well as our cost of our services to determine what kind of profit that we could make. So as you can see in our table, our operating costs came to $10,400 yearly, and our revenue would be approximately $83,200. So if we're able to hit our target, which we decided would be 4 bridal parties per week, it would leave us with $72,800 as a profit.
Alrighty, so moving along into our consumer analysis, we had to determine if there was enough of a potential market in London, Ontario to open phrases. Now, we looked at Statistics Canada 2016 Census of London, and we found that there are 33,180 females between the ages of 25 and 35 years old, which is our target age demographic. Now, this shows us that there is potential for 33,180 customers. The census also showed us that 37,890 individuals were living common law, and 635,000 who are never married. Now, this shows us that there's a very, very potentially large market for business in London, Ontario.
So who is our target market? Our demographic for the business would be 28-year-olds who are engaged to be married for the first time, female heterosexuals with an average income of $33,000 to $130,000 per year, The age comes from the average of females that usually get married at, and since we're specializing in bridal and beauty, our target market would be females, although we would never turn anyone away from the business. And we chose the heterosexual marriage because they happen more often, creating more of the target market. But again, we would never discriminate in any way or turn anyone away. And these findings are just based on the market that would be able to target, that would be the most common, and what would be most profitable for our business.
So we found that there are 5 most common factors that drives the buying decisions of brides. So status consumption being one of the main ones. So what that means is that one is purchasing to improve their social status. Now, another factor is the influence of family and friends, self-actualization, which is where one is seeking growth and experience, as well as conspicuous consumption. So that is when you are purchasing to symbolize status. Self-expression is another big driving factor. So the customization that goes into, having a wedding and, being able to personalize everything is a really big, that self-expression is another really big driving factor.
So moving into our competitive analysis, we're looking at Ontario's top makeup artist, and that would be Coriel, who's considered Ontario's top makeup artist. She provides a mobile service and travels all around the GTA, all the way to Dubai. She has a very impressive client listing, including what we see here. So CBC, NBC, Chanel, so a very, very upscale client listing. Her rate for bridal makeup is $525 for one bride, which is quite an increase from the average of what a makeup artist would charge for bridal makeup. This is more luxury, more high end, and it would appeal to a more higher income class.
So in our next identified competitor, that would be C'est La Vie, which is a luxury hair and makeup service that has a team of 11 pro and advanced artists. Now, what sets this business apart is that they offer a multitude of services, including prom, costume, boudoir, and engagement makeup. Now, they also offer makeup and hair lessons. Now, there are also not just a beauty business, they have a team of designers as well as event planners who can coordinate large events such as weddings and provide florals, cakes, decor, rentals, cleanup services. They're really a one-stop shop for bridal needs.
So forecasted annual revenues, so based on the amounts that our competitors charged, we determine the approximate for annual revenue. So as you can see on the chart here, Coriel is at the top with a forecasted annual revenue of $269,000. Alicat, which is another one of our competitors that we haven't talked about in this slide, but it is outlined in our research paper, would pull $166,000. Samantha, another one of our competitors outlined in our research paper, who is an individual makeup artist, would pull around $78,000. Our business would pull $72,000, and unfortunately, C'est La Vie couldn't be forecasted because they don't list their bridal makeup prices on their website. It's private, and you have to message them ahead of time to kind of get a quote. So we weren't able to get that revenue.
In our pest analysis, we talk about what can hinder operations of our business. So in our political analysis, we see daily press conferences from self-isolation on his front porch, and Justin Trudeau promising aid to businesses affected by current world events. Now, our economical analysis is concurrent to our political analysis, being that with the collapse of the economy and due to recent world events, many businesses that are non-essential were forced to close, and some of these businesses will not be able to reopen, unfortunately. Now, in our social analysis, with declining marriage rates and many Canadians choosing to live common law, our social implications could show a reduction in clients. Now, there are not many technical implications. However, this is the time to move business online, with many businesses moving over to e-commerce.
So our summary of limitations. So we concluded that number one, it was difficult in finding quality financial information, even looking on things like StatsCan and stuff like that, there wasn't a lot for bridal or for makeup artists. Finding secondary data for a niche business brought forth many challenges. So like I said, it was very difficult to find good, reputable sources for, you know, what is the forecast for makeup artists or bridal businesses, wedding businesses. All of that was very, very difficult to find. And then amid the pandemic, many Canadian businesses are being forced to close right now. So that brings us to, is this something that we can even do right now? Is this something that we can even look at, you know, opening? And then our last limitation would be the declining marriage rates. As Tiffany just stated, a lot of Canadians are choosing to live common law, and that could affect business as we would be a bridal business.
All right. Now, we hypothesized that there is significant demand based on secondary market data. However, due to the protocol of our non-essential service-based business, we would not be able to open at this time. Online content creation could not only keep clients engaged, but it could also create additional revenue from advertisement.
So this is the end of our presentation, and we would like to thank everyone for listening and taking their time to hear about our business plan. And if you have any questions for us, please let us know.